fatalities, chat. Everyone's dying. Everyone's getting killed. Not game over yet. It started. It's starting right now, chat. Now stay with me now. Here we go. Here it is. Oh, yay! Oh. Now you guys know I've talked a lot of shit about Sonic the Hedgehog for many a stream, both on 8-Bit Crumbs and my own channel. You know, I just never cared for the games all that much, including the original, like Genesis, Sega Genesis games, the ones that I have played, 1 and 2, and maybe 3, maybe a bit of 3. 3 is with Knuckles, right? Played that one a bit. And then the more recent ones you guys have seen me play. You know, I played Sonic 06 back in the day, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Forces, Sonic and the Black Knight for the Wii. And not like fully played them, but like enough where I would go like, okay, yes, this is bad. This is not a good game. Sonic Unleashed most recently, which is one of the worst games I've ever played on my stream. Joey the Jedi, welcome to the stream. How you doing today, man? Was going to see it on Valentine's Day, but due to scheduling, ended up seeing Knives Out. Well, that's, you know, I'll tell you right now, it's probably a better option. It's a better film than Sonic. But not to say Sonic's a bad movie, guys. And I want you to jump on top of me and tear me apart and everything. Please don't do that. I'm gonna be honest. You know my opinion on the film so far. So yeah, overall, guys, like, look, listen. It's fine. It has a number of issues. Not to do with Sonic himself, no. It's just the writing and the dialogue I had the biggest issue with. It takes the easy road. You know, it is a typical road trip movie. It does the typical road trip things that you often see in these types of films. A lot of the jokes fall flat. I say for every 8 jokes, or every 10 jokes, only 2 of them work. And, you know, that bothers me. That grates on me. But thankfully, despite all that, the movie is saved by a number of things. Number one being fucking Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik. He does a fantastic job. This is classic, you know, comedic Jim Carrey during like throughout the 90s, that decade, and into the 2000s. This is him just off the wall, doing what he wants to do, but also being kind of menacing as well. Like, I just love it in the film. He's just like, listen, I'll kill you and no one's gonna know that you exist. It's like, that's fucked up. He actually made him a legitimate threat. And he just does these crazy weird antics. There's a whole dance number in this movie, chat, that comes out of nowhere, but it just works for what's happening and for this character. Like, you think you would scoff, but I just didn't. I was so amused by him on screen. I wish he was in it more. And I'm very happy to see that he's getting so much praise for the film, because he deserves it. He's the best thing about it. And, you know, the special effects, Sonic, you know, I gave them a little leeway. Like, look, okay, they did the redesign to listen to the fans, and I was like, hey, tip my hat to you for doing something like that. I don't think this movie would have been successful unless they had done that redesign. So I'm glad they did. But you can tell that it's not fully rendered. In some scenes, it looks a little weird. I know it's particularly in the bar scene that there was something off. Like the way he was connecting with people, you know, during that kind of Quicksilver-esque slow motion scene. It just like, this looks a little weird. Like when he's being touched or around a big group of people, he doesn't fit in the scene. You can tell that there's something off about it. Again, not fully rendered. But Sonic himself, you know, despite him being obnoxious, I never disliked him. He does some stuff that's like, why do you have him do that? But overall, he's like, to a degree, chat, he's charming. And I think in the hands of a better writer, he would have been a lot better. I really do believe that. You know, it's just like had the script just been punched up, we could have had in my opinion, I know a lot of people you guys really like, getting it matinees, I understand, but this for me it would have been like, hey, this is a solid matinee. It's entertaining. Go out and see it, whether you're a fan or whether you're not. Like it didn't like this movie is very much made for Sonic fans, I think in particular. Those are the people in mind, and that is a passionate community. There's a passionate subgroup within the video game community, and listen, for the most part, I'd say they did right by the fans. Unless please correct me if you don't feel like they did, but for the most part, I think they did a good job. And you know, like the only people I kind of feel bad for because they didn't give him enough to do was like James Marsden. Again, he's not bad, he's just giving bad dialogue. Same with the actress who played his wife, but overall, it was okay. I would give it a high rent on the double toasted scale. I'm hopeful. Thank you, Spooner Dude. I like that name, Spooner Dude. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to stream. You're my Huckleberry. So many Huckleberries tonight, chat. I'm hopeful that they will realize the stuff that... Oh! Show, thank you for the 100 biddies. Solid matinee, nice feedback, 8-Bit Crumbs. Thank you! No, thank you, I appreciate it. No, I think you guys know where I'm coming from, too. You know, I'm being... Again, I know... Listen, I I'm always gonna be, when I see something, I'm gonna be fair with it. Yeah, it's like, hey, I might not like the trailers, and I'll say like, this is why I don't like these particular trailers. This is why I don't like this particular marketing, or why I don't have a fondness for the property. But I'm gonna give the film a chance, and I have. I have done that. I very much did that with Birds of Prey. Ended up liking that movie a lot. Gave that a very high matinee. And Sonic, hey, it was. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Not enough to where I think it would be worth a matinee, but however, I get why people would dig it a lot. And I'm hopeful that they'll take, the filmmakers. Clearly, this movie's a success. It's going to be a franchise, and hopefully the sequel's better. And I think we're going to get a better second film. So we'll see. But let's just go ahead and jump into it, guys. This movie opens up. I mean, they start running, chat. Immediately out of the fucking gate. We're introduced to Sonic, and he has this exposition. He's just talking about his life. Oh, actually, no, the movie opens up. Excuse me, chat. Well, it starts open with him running, but also the scene, kind of his origin story, also has him running. There's a lot of running in this film, chat. He's going fast all the time. But it opens up in the middle of San Francisco, and Sonic is running away from Dr. Eggman, and they're pretty much Man of Steel in it, chat. Dr. Eggman, he's firing his goddamn laser and instant people and buses and cars, and they're blowing up. Sonic's, using the cars and the buses and the human, basically the meat bags to block all the shots from Dr. Eggman. Again, Sonic doesn't give a shit about humanity. He may love Earth, but he doesn't care about these flesh bags. He's using them for cover. It opens up. Again, these scenes, the CGI here, I think, works for the most part very well. Instead of just him kind of standing among a lot of people. Like these, I think they clearly spent their budget, most of their money on these particular action sequences. But it opens up with that. He's like, hey, I wonder I'm sure you're wondering how I got here. It's like that whole thing. It's like, well, let's go back in the past. And do the back in the past, chat. And we go all the way like 10 years ago, and we're on, I guess, Sonic's homeworld. I don't know what it's called. I don't think they named the planet he's on in the movie. He's like an alien, interdimensional being. I don't know. They're not very specific with that. But they do say he's like on the edge of the universe. So I'll go with it. But he says this is a land of loop-de-loops and wonderful colors and everything. We see like little baby Sonic, chat, like 8-year-old Sonic. Too many loops. You know what? This filled my loop quota. It wasn't too much, and I was okay with it. It was acceptable amount of loop-de-loops to me, chat. It's called Mobius in most media. Did they call it Mobius in the film? I didn't hear that. If they did, I missed that in the movie. No. But we're on, I guess we'll call it Mobius just for the sake of the fan base. So for you guys who know the lore, certainly better than I do. And so we're following like little baby Sonic with his little chubby body. I wonder if this is almost like a little homage to the original design of Sonic. We had like, very thin arms and legs, but like a little chubby round body and a big fucking head. I wonder if that was kind of like, hey, look at this. It's kind of like the original games. I don't know. That's how I felt anyway. And so he's just explaining his life, chat. For whatever reason, he was imbued with this amazing power. We're just going to call it the Speed Force. I don't know what else to call it. I'm going to call it, from the Flash comics and TV series and movie. So he has this Speed Force, chat, and people just want it. Everyone on planet Mobius wants his little Speed Force, but they just can't get this little son of a bitch, chat. He's too fast! He's way too fast! And, Sonic's parent, or I guess in this case guardian, foster mother, I don't know, is a giant CGI owl. Is this part of the Sonic lore? Because I don't know anything about Sonic's parents or anything, but is this canon? Or is this new? I've heard conflict. Oh, witness! Witness me! Oh, chat, that was not mediocre whatsoever. Far on. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? What are you streaming tonight, man? Is the giant owl in the Sonic movie part of the games? Can anyone say? I don't know. Should I dress up as Robotnik? Martin should dress up as Robotnik. Now, how you doing today, Far on? Fear the beard. Fear the goddamn beard. Is that what you're saying? Is that one of your catchphrases, man? Man, I got a beard too, but I know you have a beard as well. I like it. I was just chatting. Nice, man. I'm chatting right now too. Just have a nice discussion with people. Doing a little spoiler review for Sonic the Hedgehog. Nice. Only all I know is the OVA. I don't remember an all again. Okay, so this is new. So they apparently just did a fresh take on Sonic's origin. That's fine. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the character. So thank you for clarifying. And so he's being raised by Longclaw, the giant CGI owl. And she's like, Sonic, I told you not to use your powers. It's going to draw negative attention. And he's like, I don't give a shit. He's like an adorable kid, but he's not that bright, chap. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to go fast and he'll never catch me. And all the fucking sun from the fell out of the horizon, chat, and an arrow just comes right for his goddamn head. Longclaw freaks out. Oh my god, they're gonna kill him. She gets him out of the way. She gets right in the heart, chat. Right here. Maybe it's like near the feather. I forget what it was. Like the wing part. But it gets her real good, chat. She gets hit with that arrow. Sonic also tried to charm his foster mother. Like, hey, I have a flower for you because I love you so much. He's like, oh, you little shit. And then the arrow comes in, and then it hits her near the heart, chat. So she's freaking out. I was like, oh my god. Sonic, again, he's not going fast right now, chat. He's in a panic. Even though she's telling you, you gotta run. Go fast. But he can't, chat. He's, for the first time ever, he's frozen. He can't go fast. She's like, shit, all right. So she goes ahead and grabs the kid. She starts flying away. So, yeah, I guess they're being attacked by, like, these natives we see. And these natives are, I think what are they? Echidnas. And that is the same species as Knuckles, who was a villain, apparently, in Sonic 3. So that's kind of cool. That's a little reference right there. The Echidna tribe, I'm sure, will be brought back in the sequel for obvious. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it is. That's going to be the introduction of Knuckles. Yeah, so I guess these are his people. And they want the Speed Force, chap, but Longclaw is not going to give up Sonic. She's not going to sacrifice him. She doesn't know what they're going to do to him, but it probably won't be good since they tried to kill him. Which I don't know what the plan was there. Like, they're trying to kill Sonic for his Speed Force, but then if you kill him, he doesn't have it anymore. So I don't understand. Maybe they'll explain that. Probably not, but we'll go with it. So she escapes, chat, but then they're still firing all the arrows, chat, at her, blocking, so many arrows are just blocking out the sun. And, she's getting, arrowed to death, chat, like, all in her back and her wings. She can't fly anymore. She fucking crash lands. Sonic, he's just like, oh, I'm scared, Mom, and anything. She's like, oh, don't worry. Here's a bag of magic rings. This is the rings in the games, chat. Take this. Each ring, you just wish upon it, and then throw it, and it opens to a new world, a new dimension you can go and hide in. So she takes one of the rings, chat, wishes, I guess, fucking throws it, and it opens to somewhere. We don't know. And he's like, go, Sonic, go. And he just fucking runs in there, chat, because he's scared. And then Longclaw, she's guarding the portal, and you see all these little Knuckles, and they're asking, you know the way. All in unison, chat. It's horrifying. You know the way! And then, they attack her, chat, fucking murdering her, stab. Sonic tries to go and save him, the portal closes. Longclaw is torn apart. She's probably eaten in some capacity, whether it be raw or cooked, we don't know, but she is definitely dead. It's over for Longclaw. And Sonic, he's on his own. He doesn't know where he is. But then, chat, we get the time jump. 10 years in the future, and then the voiceover returns. Sonic says, yeah, well, this is the best place on Earth. Green Hills, which again is a reference to the iconic Sonic level, Green Hill Zone. Correct me if I'm wrong. And this is where Sonic's been his entire life. Oh, yeah, also, Longclaw, his mother, before she was ripped apart by the Echidnas, she said, don't keep yourself hidden. Don't interact with anyone. You have to keep yourself safe. And he's like, I will do. And he fucking does that for 10 years, chat. He doesn't have any interactions with anyone, for the most part, for 10 years. And he lives in this little small town in Montana. And he has his whole fucking routine. He's got his little man cave where he has his comic book collection, where he's playing with himself, not in a sexual way. Come on, we're not in my erotic Sonic fanfiction chronicles yet. No. But playing himself, like, he's playing ping pong by himself, reading comic books by himself, working out by himself, watching movies by himself. But he has formed in his own weird way relationships, even though the people don't know he exists. And, one person in particular, chat, he's a big fan of the sheriff of the town, who he calls the Donut Lord. And the Donut Lord is played by James Marsden. And he's called the Donut Lord, chat, because he talks to donuts all the time. It's kind of weird. We're introduced to James Marsden's wife, who Sonic calls the Pretzel Lady, because she likes to do yoga, and Sonic's just always watching. He's always there for yoga time. It's like, oh, you little perv, I know what you're trying to do. But fair enough. I mean, James Marsden, wife in the movie, she's very attractive. I get it, Sonic, but don't be a creep about it. He also introduced some other people in town, too, including Crazy Carl, who's the only person to have actually seen Sonic up to this point. And this man, he probably had a normal life beforehand, but he had, like, some type of traumatic experience seeing this little blue anthropomorphic hedgehog creature, like, come upon him. And it just broke his mind, Chad. He doesn't know what reality is. And he spends, I guess, the next 10 years just trying to capture this thing. He's mocked by the entire township. He's been abandoned by his family. They don't even love him anymore. He's been cut out of the inheritance. He can't even get his social security card, chat. It's terrible. But he wants to go after Sonic, and he tries his best, Chad. You know, he fucks up. Sonic, again, one of my favorite moments in the movie. And this is the humor that works, where he's like, you know, he sets all these traps up for Sonic, Chad. Sonic, he was like, I love Crazy Carl. We have so much fun. Sets them all off. Crazy Carl gets his foot caught in one trap, you know, goes up in the air. It's like one of those rope tree traps. And he's like, I know you're out there. I know you're real. And then Sonic goes, no, I'm not. It's like, that is the humor in this movie that actually works really well. That got a big laugh for me and also the audience I was with. I was like, had they just kind of kept that same tone, I think they would have, again, matinee, good matinee, even a high matinee, or maybe even a full price, we'll see. But I was like, yeah, it was too infrequent, in my opinion. But again, we're just establishing that this is Sonic's life. At one point, we get a very melancholy moment where he loves movie night, and he watches from the outside window of his family, basically, James Marsden and his lovely wife. And they're watching fucking Speed, Chad. He's like, oh, Speed, I love this movie. It goes so fast. And that's the humor that doesn't work for me. It's like, okay, it's an obvious joke. Fair enough. All right, we'll keep going. And they keep doing it over and over and over again. But it's trying to establish the fact that this is where Sonic lives. He's been inebriated, accustomed to human culture, you know, making various references and things, knows how to floss, chat, knows all about that Fortnite as well. But it's like, okay, this is his life. We're introduced, again, we kind of follow more of the other characters. James Marsden, he wants to leave Green Hills because, you know, this is a small town just filled with like a few hundred people. He wants, you know, he's the sheriff of the town, but he wants to be a true cop. He actually wants to help people. And his chosen destination is the SFPD, the San Francisco Police Department. And his wife, you know, is like, oh, well, you know what? Here's a letter from the police department. He's like, I'm so excited. He opens up, chat, and he was accepted to the SFPD. They're going to go there. And this is the moment in the movie that freaked me the fuck out because I realized, like, just how expensive San Francisco is, chat. But did anyone notice this? There's a computer, and it says, I've been looking at apartments, and you see, like, 2-bedroom apartment for like $4,700 in San Francisco. Dude, that scared the shit. I was like, oh my God. Did that freak anybody else out? I couldn't believe, I mean, again, it's one of the most expensive cities in the United States, and the quality of living there has just been going downhill for years, but I was like, wow. And I'm like, oh, I think I was the only one in the theater that had like a visceral reaction to that. Like no one else noticed what was on the computer screen. But I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, and so he's really excited about chat, and he's practicing like his goodbyes and everything. Sonic, he's always spying everybody, so he kind of finds out, but he's like, I'll just put it in the back of my mind. He's not gonna leave. You know, everything's gonna be the same because he just wants some semblance of normalcy, chat. And this would just ruin his whole routine. Just doesn't want this. Oh, the shameless Zillow ad? I didn't see the Zillow ads at all, chat. I saw the fucking Olive. I was like, what are you talking about Zillow? What were you referencing? I saw the fucking Olive Garden ads. And throwing that in your face. They were very obvious about that. Drexler, one of them, you should see the coastal houses. You'll have a heart. I probably will. Probably $1 million, right? 1.5 million. Fine. Also, in my fucking arrogant opinion, Chris, should play some. I played a number of Sonic games already, Faron. I played Sonic Forces. I attempted to play Sonic Unleashed. I could not. Although, to be fair, it wasn't the running levels that got me. It was the horrible hack and slash where it drops. It goes from 30 frames to 15 fucking frames. Terrible. I don't care what anyone says. That game is bad. All right? From what I played, that is not a fun game. Sonic Forces is like, okay, you know what? I don't think it's particularly fun gameplay, but for those that like it, you like it. Fair enough. But Sonic Unleashed, wow, that's a fucking stinker and a half, chat. That's what I'll say. Honestly, chat, I did not notice the Zillow ads. I really did. I wasn't looking for it. But the Olive Garden, definitely. I like your impression of Sonic saying, hey, guys. Whoa, gotta go fast. Yeah, that's pretty much what Sonic sounds like in the movie. I'm not just old. You go. Man, listen. There are some objective things that I think we can agree on with Sonic Unleashed. Is that when the frame rate goes from 30 frames per second to 15, that's a bad thing. When anytime I'm in combat, the game slows down, that's a bad thing. All right? Listen, I'm fair. I'm very fair, I feel like. But in that case, it's like, no, that's bad design. So, but we're not talking about Sonic Unleashed. We're talking about Sonic, chat. So, Sonic, again, he's you know, he's just flummoxed. He's like, I feel uncomfortable, but I'm sure everything will be the same. Oh, meanwhile, chat, because he's always fucking with James Marsden, like, because James Marsden, he's like at the speed trap spot, trying to get speeders down the road, and Sonic's like always like whizzing by and going like 290, 300 miles per hour, and Sonic's always like, oh, broke my record, woo! So he's very excited. Again, that was fun. That was some of the good humor that really worked for me. At one point, James Marsden's like, oh, what the hell was that? Because Sonic like reacts negatively to the news. He's like, oh no. And Marsden's like checking out the perimeter, and he sees one of Sonic's hair's quills. I think I'm gonna call it a quill check. It was very thick. It was very thick. I'm gonna call it a quill. And so he finds a chat, and it's all blue and glowing. He's like, oh, this is weird. I don't know what to do with this. Meanwhile, Sonic again, he's like, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna go play baseball, because also early in the film, chat, he went to go see the Pee Wee playoffs there for the town. And he was, again, managed to not be seen by anyone, even though he's underneath the bleachers chat. Now, if you ever sat at bleachers at a baseball game, at a Pee-wee baseball game, you can see right through them. It doesn't matter where the fuck you are, you can see right down the bottom. But somehow, these fucking yokels, these guys, you know, these extras that would have been in Deliverance, chat. That's what I'm talking. These are the kind of dimwits you were dealing with in this movie. Apparently, don't look down to see this little anthropomorphic blue creature hopping around and moving around. It's ridiculous. He watched the Pee-wee baseball game. He's like, oh, I love baseball. He's very excitable, chat. He goes back to the baseball diamond at night. He's like, whoa, this is awesome. And so he then starts playing baseball, chat. And he plays not only the batter, but all the positions you see in the trailer, chat. You know, him being the pitcher, the third baseman, the guy that's doing all the, you know, the signs to the guy to either, you know, bunt or, you know, do whatever you need to do. At one point, you know, he asks the pitcher, he throws the ball to himself, he hits it, fucking home run, chat. He's running, he's like, woo, yay, I love it. And he goes to high five, chat, because that's what all the Pee-wee players are doing. But he's like, oh, there's no one to high five with because I'm alone. And then he realizes he has like a moment, it's like, I've been alone for 10 years. I'm going fucking insane. I haven't had a conversation with anyone except Crazy Carl. And I just like fuck with him. He kind of like takes all of his aggression and anger out on Crazy Carl. And he's ruined Crazy Carl's life, but the movie doesn't bring that up, chat. Crazy Carl's just used for comic relief, but we know. Family abandoned, can't earn a cent, destitute, chat. Probably dead in the next 5 years. Maybe in the next 2 years. We'll see. And maybe he'll survive in the sequel. But Sonic realizes that he's completely alone. He just fucking freaks out. He starts just running around the bases, you know, just trying to, I know, just zone out, I think, chat. And then that starts the Speed Force, and it becomes the Omega Speed Force, and he starts glowing blue. His eyes glow blue. And then the ending result is like an explosion, like an EMP goes off, chat. And it takes down, I think, most of the northwestern seaboard of the United States, of the continental United States. And he's like, well, I hope no one noticed that. Of course, everyone notices, chat, because you took down half of the, you know, continental northwestern seaboard. People are going to notice that. And so we cut to, you know, the Pentagon and D.C. and everyone, people got talking. The guy from Battlestar Galactica, he's there, chat. I liked seeing that guy and things. I was like, well, what happened to that guy? He's in the Sonic movie. That's what he's doing now. He voiced the character in Mass Effect, and now he's in Sonic. That was his career path in life. And I think that's fine. And so we got the people talking. It's like, okay, well, what the hell happened here? What we gotta do? The main general guy's like, you know what? For this type of situation, whether it be, you know, international terrorist or domestic threat, we gotta send in our man. And everyone's like, don't send in him, please. He's insane. He's like, yes, he's insane. But he's damn good at his job, chat. And it's Dr. Robotnik. And then we're introduced to Dr. Robotnik, chat, played by the great Jim Carrey. And like I said, this is at him at his zaniest, his zany best. He does a great job throughout this entire film. Introduced to him, you know, the military's already established like a compound near the site of the EMP originated, I guess, the baseball diamond. He fucking rolls up in his computer AI controlled goddamn bus along with all of his guys. You know, his yes men, chat. He walks off this thing, and he's being Jim Carrey to a T. Just talking shit to everyone, embracing just the ridiculous behavior and the outfit. He looks like a supervillain, because he is a supervillain. And everyone's reacting. It's like, you're just, like, how are we supposed to react to this guy? Because Jim Carrey is, like, a level above everyone else in this movie. But it works. It works thoroughly, because he embraces the role thoroughly. And so he's just talking shit to, like, Neil McDonough. Says that you're, like, often this, like, his stuff, it ranges from, like, being, like, his dialogue he's given, either really funny or, like, really mean. He's like, you were basically worthless. Like, the best thing about you dried up on your mother's thigh. Like, that kind of shit, man. I'm like, wow. That's kind of fucked up. So he's talking, even he treats his underlings like shit too, even though when they're complimenting, he's like, I don't give a damn. You were worthless to me, you're here to serve me in that capacity, you should be fucking honored to serve me. And, you know, he's a narcissist, Chad. He's a psychopath, a sociopath. He's all the various mental illnesses combined into one guy with a giant ego, but he's also brilliant. And it works. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and send out my drones. We're going to see where this thing went. We're going to find its abode. And because he believes it's an organism that people are unfamiliar with. He doesn't believe it's a domestic terrorist. Like, no, it's something alien in nature. So his drones go off. Sonic, meanwhile, he's at his cave. He's like, oh, they're coming for me. I'm panicking. What am I going to do? And he realizes, like, I got to get all my stuff, everything I've collected over the 10 years. But he can't let go of it because this is all he has. He has, like, no friends. He just has these things, and that has given him purpose. So it's a really sad scene. Actually, they're selling it. Gets his gold coins. Shay's like, I can't take any of this. And all of a sudden, here's the drones and the soldiers and the dogs barking. They're coming for him, Chad. He's like, I got to go. And so he thinks of the first place that comes to mind, throws out a ring, teleports Chad. Meanwhile, we're with James Marsden. His wife has gone out to San Francisco to look for apartments. James Marsden's like, I don't know about these government suits here. I got a bad feeling about it. And then all of a sudden, Chad, he hears some wrestling near the garbage can. He's like, oh, it's those raccoons. Or as he says in the movie, those trash pandas. Again, using a joke that we've heard frequently ever since that joke was used heavily. Or not heavily, but it was first heard, I think, like, oh, it became kind of the pop culture zeitgeist used in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It's like, it didn't have the same effect here, but we'll forgive him. He has a lot of bad jokes in this film, Chad, but it's James Marsden. He's charming enough as is. He's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go get those I'm going to murder those raccoons. I'll be right back, honey. Gets this big old trinket, which apparently the tranquilizer can take down a fucking elephant, Chad. I don't know why the wife has this. She's a veterinarian, that's why. I don't know why she has darts, trank darts can take down an elephant, Chat. I don't think there's any elephants in Green Hill Zone. There's a circus nearby. Just gotta go with it. So he goes out to the garage. He's looking for these raccoons. Meanwhile, Sonic, he's in the garage, and he's having almost like a panic attack. He doesn't know what to do himself. He's like, he realizes, like, there's the only other dimension I can go to is a world of mushrooms. They established that early on in the film with him just kind of describing his life. And, okay, I originally thought this was a dig at Nintendo, and I think it subtly is, but the Mushroom Zone is a level from Sonic. However, I still think that is a dig at Nintendo and the Mushroom Kingdom. What do you guys think about that? I am actually curious. Cyclops team up with Sonic, man. I really wish James Marsden has never had a lot of luck with superhero films. You know, like he played the character Lois Lane's husband in not Man of Steel, Superman Returns. And he didn't. I mean, he was the most heroic person in that movie. He's more heroic than Superman, I'd say, chap. And then Cyclops, he's never got enough to do. Man, because Bryan Singer and Brett Ratner really mistreat his character in those films. Like he really does deserve better in his career, in my opinion. Yeah, got fucked over. Oh no! Oh my God, Christian. Yes, he is the guy. He plays the character that is always fucked over. Not because he's a bad person, but just because he just walked over for the sake of the plot, for plot convenience. I absolutely agree, Chris Harris. That's why one of the main reasons why I really don't like the Notebook, because he is a fucking stand-up guy, and what's her name, Rachel McAdams, treats him like shit. Like, he's being very honest with her, and he lets her do whatever she wants. He's progressive for the time period he's living in, and he gets treated like shit by Rachel McAdams throughout the entire film. Fuck Rachel McAdams in that movie. James Marsden deserved better. Devin, Mushroom Hill and or Mario, whatever. I think it's both. A small dick, probably. Oh, you're feeling it, Chris. I am feeling it. I know. Listen, this pretty much is a scene-by-scene breakdown for the most part. Thank you for the 100 videos. I got to do truth or dare as well. Oh God, it's too much. He got killed off in X-Men 3 because he was busy getting cucked. Man, people have been using that. I saw that word earlier again today. I was like, I don't like that word. Cucked into Superman Returns. Ryan Walderson, you telling me Hop was not a stirring vision and artistic achievement for Marsden? That's you, sir. JT James Marsden, who you cast when you need a block of wood to play a role, but it's made out of mahogany. He's good. It's good looking. It's good looking wood. JT Grimm, by the way, welcome to Stream, man. Good to see you. I just noticed you there. How you doing today? Devin Jackman overshadowed all the old. Yeah, I mean, because they all were centered around Wolverine. That's why I'm hopeful for like the Marvel, like the MCU's take on the X-Men chat. That Wolverine, again, you can do Wolverine films. I'm all for that in the MCU, but when he is in the X-Men movies, he's a part of the team. It's not the team just trying to serve him. He serves the team itself. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. Jake, Chris, you're awesome. Thank you, Jake. That's very kind of you to say. No, hey, thank you so much. I need another drink. It's going to be a long goddamn show tonight. Here's to you again, chat. May the wings of liberty never lose a feather. Oh. Mushroom Hill Zone is where Knuckles hangs out. Maybe that's where Knuckles has been abandoned. Maybe that's where Dr. Eggman teams up with Knuckles, and it's like an evil duo chat. But then Knuckles realizes that Sonic is actually a good person, and he betrays Eggman the sequel. Just wrote the story for that movie right there. I like my credit, Sega / Paramount, whoever produced this film. Yes. Hi, thank you for joining us. JT still recovering from the weekend partying with the Toasties. They came. That's right. So that went well. I'm glad to hear that. Mr. Yazman, welcome to the show. Just talking about Sonic right now. Did you see Sonic the Hedgehog? I didn't mind it. I thought it was okay. I'm just in the middle of my review. We're at the big part when Marsden and Sonic meet, chat. And so, I'll go ahead and keep on talking. If you have any questions, guys, I'll occasionally look back at the chat. And so James Marsden, he goes into the garage. Sonic, he's about to use the ring to go to the Mushroom Kingdom. But then James Marsden, he goes in, he fucking sees Sonic, and Sonic goes, meow. And James Marsden goes, ah! And fucking shoots him. Retronimus, thank you for the 100 minutes. You're doing good. Excellent, Mr. Yazman. No, Retronimus, thank you for the support tonight, man. Really do appreciate it. Dark Light Gaming. Hi. How you doing? What is up with you? I missed your review on DT yesterday. Oh, okay, well, you're getting it right now. I mean, you're getting the big version. You're getting the nearly hour, probably going to be a nearly hour-long version today of Sonic the Hedgehog, the film, the movie. And so James Marsden, he screams, fucking shoots Sonic, and Sonic just goes down. But it's a tranquilizer dart. They can take down Elephant, chat. But shoots Sonic. Sonic, the portal he created opens up. He thinks of San Francisco because he sees San Francisco on James Marsden's shirt because he wants to go to San Francisco so bad to be a cop. So that the portal opens up. Sonic has the rings. It also opens on the ground or whatever. James Marsden, he fucking freaks out. Like, what the hell is that? And then Sonic lets go of the rings right over the edge of the portal, chat. And they fall into San Francisco on top of a very tall building. It's a famous building in San Francisco, chat. I don't know what it is. If you want to mention in the chat, please do so. With the ring sack, it has fallen the building, the portal closes, and now the rings, the magic rings that Longclaw, who was horrifically mutilated by the echidnas earlier in the film, has now disappeared. They're in San Francisco, and Sonic, he's here, and he's got a big old elephant tranquilizer in his butt. And so Marsden, he freaks out. He takes Sonic into the house, puts him in a dog cage, and then I forget what he starts. What does he do here? Does he call someone? I think he calls somebody. Oh, maybe this calls like the police department? I don't know what he does at this point, chat. He's talking to someone. Maybe he calls the wife, and yeah, he calls the wife, and he's like, oh, everything's fine. How are the apartments? You're with your sister. The sister hates his guts, chat. I don't know. I'm not sure why, but the sister is adamant about her sister divorcing James Marsden. Again, it's not established why she hates him so much. She just knows that he's a lying son of a bitch. Although in this case, she was correct. Because he was lying to her because he just shot an anthropomorphic hedgehog creature and he's not telling her about that. So that, in the case, is a lie. And so we'll give 1 point to the sister. Austin, welcome to stream. I choose her 1 biddy. What are you choosing? What are you choosing? But thank you, Austin, for the 1 biddy. I love that Owl gets stabbed in the chest, but still manages to talk fine. Well, no, she gets torn apart. I saw the movie. We all saw the movie, chat. She gets torn to shreds by the echidnas. They eat her while she's still breathing. It's fucked up. It's very fucked up. Anyway. Oh, Butter's Faced. I like that name. Butter's Faced. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well today. I like look at the little angel. Little angel peeking. Peeking in my review. Welcome. Hope you're doing well tonight. Meanwhile, Sonic, he's coming to in the cage. James Marsden turns around. He's like, oh my god, what are you? Sonic's like, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. He's explaining his life. Dave Pancake, thank you for the 1 biddy. Spit on the owl. The people do not like the owl. Dave Pancake, thank you for the 1 biddy, sir. Every biddy matters, chat, and I appreciate every biddy. Thank you so much. And so Sonic, he's explaining to James Marsden. James Marsden, again, freaked out initially, but is kind of playing it cool. He's having a conversation with Sonic. Gets to know him a little bit. Sonic's upset. It's like, hey, man, I just want to get out of here. That's all I wanted to do. And you shot me. He's like, listen, man, I don't know what the hell you are. I was scared. And so they get the back and forth. Sonic reveals, he comes up with a nickname for the guy. He's like, I don't know, I didn't mean to scare you, Donut Lord. He's like, why are you calling me Donut Lord? It's like, oh, well, it's what I've been calling you for the past 10 years. I've been by myself. Again, the whole spiel, chat. What we heard in the first part of the movie, we're now hearing it again here because it's being explained to James Marsden. And so, okay, all right. James Marsden, despite being fucking freaked out, he's like, okay, he's not so much, he's not freaked out by, he's a little off-put, but not freaked out by Sonic at this point. Meanwhile, fucking Dr. Eggman's AI-controlled bus pulls in. He starts walking out, and he sees analyzing the Sonic footprints. And he's like, all right, the little creature here. And I guess he just locates Sonic somehow. I don't know how. So he locates Sonic somehow. He tracks him to here. I think it's by the footprints, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't know how he gets there. But he's there. He finds the footprint. He's analyzing it. And then, James Marsden opens up. Oh, what can I do for you? And he's like, oh, hello, country bumpkin. And just talking shit to him the entire time. He goes up there. They have that kind of rapport chat. Again, a lot of animosity already, talking shit. Eventually, Jim Carrey's Robotnik, he fucking gets into the house because he knows something's afoot, but he can't find it. He's like, I know you're keeping the creature here. And at one point, he's like, listen, man, I don't know what you're talking about. Please leave my home. And he's being very, very forward about it. And fucking Jim Carrey just lays it out there. He's like, listen, I'll kill you if you don't tell me what I want to know. That's not, he basically says, like, because, James Marsden also threatens him. He's like, that's not much coming from a dead man. Like, people won't even know you exist. And again, this is the nefarious coming into Jim Carrey's character, which I did not expect. I just expected him to be goofy throughout the entire movie. But no, he's actually like, I kill people for a living. I hunt down terrorists on behalf of Uncle Sam. And they won't give a shit about you if I murder you, and I'll murder your wife. I'll murder your sister who hates you, her daughter who haven't been introduced yet in the film. It'll be over for you. It's like, Jesus! Day Pancake, thank you with 100 biddies. Am I joking, Chad? Does he not constantly, consistently threaten people throughout this entire film? It's fucked up. It's fucked up. But Sonic, because that fucking Dr. Robotnik then gets one of his drones, and he's like, if you don't tell me in 5 seconds, I'm going to shoot you. And he starts doing the countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then Sonic, he pops out, he's like, no, don't hurt him, and she goes, oh, he fucking freaks out. James Marsden just punches in the goddamn face, he gets knocked out. The drone starts attacking, just like, okay, well, it's time, now I can kill, I am free. He just starts shooting at James Marsden, and at Sonic chat. Sonic, meanwhile, he manages to go fast. Oh, yeah, Sonic's laser kind of like derpy because the tranquilizer dart's like really effective, his motor functional skills. So he's falling over. So he's not going that fast. But he managed to jump on this drone, Chad. He disables it somehow. And Jay Marsden and him, we gotta get the fuck out. We gotta get going. Thank you, Osik, for the 1 minute donation. I thought you were talking about Truth or Dare. Oh, shit. I'm seeing this drunk tomorrow. At what point did you realize I was not talking about Truth or Dare? Was it at this point? Oh, that's amazing. Oh, my God. But I will be reviewing Truth or Dare after this film. It's a lot of movie talking tonight. And, oh, boy, that is something. Sonic would have improved Truth or Dare. He probably would have. We could have murdered all the kids in the film. That would have been interesting in, like, cool ways. I imagine, chat, for those of you who had seen The Boys, Amazon's The Boys, which came out last year. Great show, by the way. Second season's coming out this year. Very quick turnaround. Like one of the big opening kills of that movie, of the TV series, is a woman who's standing on the street, and the speedster character, who I think is called A-Train, just fucking plows right in her chest. Doesn't like knock her over and like, oh, she falls. No, she fucking explodes and just hangs in the air as just a mass of blood, internal organs, bone, and teeth, and just fucked up. That's how I imagine Sonic would murder people in Truth or Dare. And to be honest, the movie could have used it. Would have been fun, at least. And so, ow! Show, let's go! Thank you for the 100 biddies. Chris is strangely excited about talking about Truth or Dare. Listen, man, when you watch a bad movie, you gotta get into it. You gotta hype yourself up. Anyway, I need another drink. Give me a second. Chat, I'm gonna need a lot of liquor to get through these. So, James Marsden and Sonic, we're in this together now. We clearly, you might have murdered that man by punching him so hard. He seemed to be very thin and effeminate, so he's probably down for the count. And we attacked his drone, his property of the government. Let's get the fuck out of here. James Marsden, Sonic, they hop into the truck, chat, and they just start speeding fucking off. Meanwhile, Dr. Robotnik's, his yes men, the government agents, they start driving up. They find Robotnik in there. They have him come to. And Robotnik's just fucking pissed. Don't, help me. Go track them down. He's talking shit to his assistant, chat, doing all weird, things to him. Like, just trying to make him, just to stay matter-of-factly, you are less than dirt to me. But thank you for the coffee later in the movie. It's weird. And he says, okay, we got to bring out the big guns. We got some fugitives. And so we're going to get all my robots to go after them. And then we cut back to Sonic and James Marsden. You know, Marsden's like, okay, we'll be driven far enough away. Here, I'm going to let you out. And Sonic's like, well, I don't know where to go. I don't know where San Francisco is. I got to get my coins. He's like, and James Marsden, listen, I'm sorry, but that's not my problem. I want to go to my wife. I want to be a police officer. Just go. Okay, I'm helping you right here. Thank you for saving my life, but you just got to go. Sonic's like, well, where's San Francisco? And James Marsden, that way, it's west. And Sonic, he's just like, oh, okay. And he's just, I feel bad for Sonic here, chat. He fucking speeds off. And James Marsden, well, that was great. It's over. And then fucking he comes right back, and he's like covered in seaweed and fish intestines. And he's like, and he goes through. He's like, well, I've learned that west is straight into the Pacific Ocean. I've learned that saltwater stings. And thirdly, I don't know where I'm going. He's like, listen, I don't know where I'm going. I've known this world, but I'm scared. You shot me. Can you at least try to help me? And he's just on his knees begging at this point for James Marsden. James Marsden's like, fine. And so I was like, yay! And it sounded like he drives himself off. Chad gives a little shake. He's like, oh, that's kind of cute. Hops back in the car. Sonic's like, yay, road trip. And James Marsden's like, oh boy. Here we fucking go. And so they go driving off, chat. Where are we at this part of the movie? So we got this. Because then some of the scenes get a little lost here. Oh yeah, they start. This is where they start talking. Oh yeah, I missed one scene, chat. So Robotnik also comes across the quill that James Marsden's character kept in his house after he found it earlier in the movie. He's like, well, what the fuck is this thing? Fucking tasting. He's like, ah! It's freaking out. He's like, well, I can use this for my evil experiments. And then he does so, chat, throughout the film. Now, where we get to the bar scene? Is that coming up here? Oh yeah, because we get various like road trip shenanigans, chat. Sonic like, hey, let's go stop at the big rubber band ball. He's like, we're not gonna do that. And Sonic, he goes to the rubber band ball, immediately comes back. He's like, yep, you're right. It was lame. And it's like, okay, very cute, very charming. And at one point in the film, chat, they go to a bar. And Sonic has always wanted to have alcohol and go to a bar and get into a bar fight. And James Marsden's like, no, don't do it. We're just here to stop for gas. But Sonic doesn't listen to him. Again, he's stunted. He still pretty much has the mind of an 8-year-old at this point, chat. He can't help himself. He just can't. So he goes to the bar. James Marsden's like, God damn it. And they go to the bar, chat. And this is the point that Corey brought up frequently in his review, and I brought it briefly in mine, is that the movie kind of wants to have it both ways with Sonic. Because there are people that seem to not even care about his existence, to people who are offended by his presence, or people are just fucking horrified by him. And they do the whole gags like, oh, he's just a weird-looking little kid, or, oh, he's just an old man with a skin condition, or, oh, no, he's a hipster. It's like, and that's some of the humor to me that just did not work. It was kind of, you can't have it either way. And I just thought that was kind of lazy. But we get in the movie, then James Marsden's like, what's brought up? Oh, yeah, because Sonic's like, oh, when we get to San Francisco, I'm not going to be able to do all the things I wanted to do. And James Marsden's like, oh, maybe you should make a bucket list. And Sonic, he starts writing his bucket list, chat, and we see all the things he's writing down. He's like, I don't know I'm not sure how to do all these things. James Marsden's like, I'll help you, Sonic. And they do all the things on Sonic's bucket list, at least in the bar. They do a fucking honky-tonk dance. Sonic rides a bull. He eats chicken wings, I suppose, plays darts, plays basketball. All that's very charming. A lot of, sight gags and a little montage. At one point, after they're just relaxing, thank you, Dave Pancake, for the 100 biddies. So awesome, you have become a regular on Double Toasted over the last 12 months, quickly becoming my favorite. Well, Dave Pancake, thank you so much. That is so kind of you to say, man. Listen, as I said before, I am very thankful for the Double Toasted community. I've been able to learn a lot from Corey and Martin. They've become very good friends over the last several years, and yeah, the fact to be a part of the team, to work on 8-Bit Crumbs, always trying to make that better, create new content. There's a lot of exciting things coming up for that, guys. Some stuff you don't even know about. It hasn't been to be revealed. And I can't wait for you guys to see that stuff. So, but no, hearing things like that, Dane Pancake, that really does mean a lot to me. I'm always trying to improve, trying to just make the best possible product for you guys and just put it out there. And always appreciate feedback too, but thank you so much, sir. Again, may the wings of liberty never lose a feather. You are shaking the pillars of heaven tonight. Thank you, sir. Sounds like one hell of a party. Midwest Macabre, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Yeah, man, he's doing all the nonsense, but meanwhile, these fucking big burly guys, they come up to Sonic, so we don't like your con here. And he's like, what? And then we get the bad joke, hipsters. And then they get into a fight. James Marsden's like, all right, let's break it up. And they fucking beat the shit out of James Marsden. Sonic's like, oh, we don't gotta stop this. And then we get the Quicksilver moment chat, like from Days of Future Past, from the X-Men films, or like Apocalypse, where, you know, everything slows down. We're now seeing things from Sonic's, I guess, Speed Force perspective. And so he starts, you know, just running, but it's like, it's nothing. Everyone's just moving super slow, like barely even moving. He starts fucking with people chat, making people like punch each other, you know, giving someone a wedgie, you know, that kind of thing, putting like a thing on a guy's head. You know, listen, it's derivative, but it's still fun. And they do this again in the movie during the climactic scene with Dr. Robotnik. And it's good. I don't mind it, but it's like, okay, I see what you're doing, but it's entertaining at the very least. And then, you know, he goes back to normal speed, and all this stuff happens. It's like, well, we beat him. Let's get the hell out of here. And James Marsden and Sonic run out, chat. They go to the car. They drive off. And, you know, all those people in the bar probably are dead or horrifically injured, chat, but don't worry about them. As we all know, Sonic doesn't care about casualties. Or at least we're going to learn very quickly. It's because of all his abuse of Carl. It's like, this is a world of Carls. It means nothing to me. So, James Marsden and Sonic, they just like, okay, that was a lot of stress. Let's go ahead and just call it. Let's go get a hotel. And then Sonic's like, well, I got to finish my bucket list. I don't want to sleep. I'm just too excited. And it's like, all right, we'll do whatever you want to do in this room. And Sonic does so. Again, there's visual gags throughout the entire thing. Oh yeah, during the Quicksilver scene, he eats like a bunch of chili dogs, which is a reference to the animated show where they introduced the fact that Sonic, for some reason, just loves chili dogs. And then, you know, we get one of the weakest jokes in the film when Sonic just lifts up his fucking leg and just lets one fucking rip. And James Marsden's like, why? And Sonic's like, the writers. It's not necessary. And he's like, oh, you know, I had an upset tummy. It was because of those chili dogs? Lame. James Marsden like, oh, I guess you're going to keep doing what you're going to keep doing. Then Sonic, you know, he turns his head like away and turns it back in. Sonic, he's just past asleep. Like, Sonic's just a little kid. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's stunted at age 8. This 18-year-old creature is just stunted, Chad. And James Marsden's like, that scamp. Meanwhile, Chad, we cut back to Dr. Robotnik. He is studying the quill that he found at James Marsden's house. And then we get one of the best scenes in the entire movie, Chad. Like, we ended, like, again, that last scene, fucking fart joke. But then here's the stuff that really works about the film. It's just Jim Carrey going off the wall the entire time. He has an evil playlist, which I think is called Evil Anarchy. That's the song he picks. And then he just starts dancing and then, you know, creating all of his various experiments, designing his robots. He gets his fucking 3D television going. And I don't know why. I mean, he cuts to, like, famous films, I think, or scenarios. And at one point, he has a giant T-Rex chasing after him, and it bites his head off, and then he's dancing around headless doing this the entire time, and he's having a ball. He's all about it. At one point, all the stuff like shuts down because of the power of the quill, and so he goes over to his little the circuit breaker, and like on the tape chat, like what breaker is assigned to what, it just says Evil Lab. It's like, okay, again, you're embracing what this character is, and it's working thoroughly throughout. I just wish it was also applied to other characters in the movie. Just sadly was not. But again, he's great. Jim Carrey's awesome in this scene. And he's designing all this weaponry. He's like, I'm prepared for that little blue son of a bitch. We're going to murder him. Him and the other guy, and also his wife, the sister of his wife, and also their niece, who I do not know about yet, but she will surely die as well. And so then we cut back to Sonic and James Marsden. I think James Marsden reveals at this point that, like, yeah, well, I'm not going to stay in Green Hills. I'm going to go to San Francisco. So I was like, no, I don't want you to. Like, people of Green Hills need you. And he's like, they don't need me. They're fine. And he's like, no, what about, you know, he lists the various things, like this guy, you helped this guy with this and her with that. And he's like, well, that's true. And, you know, I mean, yeah, you're right. They do look up to me. I'm kind of the leader of the town. So I was like, yeah, don't go. But it's also because Sonic, he respects James Marsden's character so much. He's basically a father figure to Sonic. He's the father figure he never really had. Like, after the death of Longclaw, when she was ripped to shreds by the echidnas, he hasn't had anyone, so he placed the love that he had with Wonka onto James Marsden and his lovely wife. And so that's all Sonic has. And that's why he just wants him to stay, because he wants some semblance of normalcy in his life, which has been incredibly traumatic when you think about it. And so they're arguing back and forth, and all of a sudden they fucking Eggman, or not, he's not Eggman yet, I keep calling him Eggman. Dr. Robotnik, he sends out one of his drones with this kind of like this giant, like, it's almost like the Batmobile from the Nolan series, like the Tumbler-esque drone, and it's just coming for Sonic, and it launches a fucking harpoon right through James Marsden's car. They're freaking out. So I was like, okay, I'll go take care of this. I think he uses his, when Sonic's getting upset too, he uses his Speed Force, I think, at one point, the Omega Speed Force, and then he goes into a little ball like the video games, and then he attacks, I guess he uses the homing attack? I don't know what happens. But he's rolling, he hits the Batmobile, chat, fucking keels over, he's like, woo, we did it! And he starts floss dancing, chat, because he plays all the Fortnite and everything. James Marsden's like, how the fuck are you alive? He's like, I don't know! Again, that even though it was in the trailer, it's like, okay, that was a funny moment. And so, Sonic, he goes ahead, he jumps back in the car, but Robotnik's like, that's not the end of my invention. And then then the fucking, what is it, the Bat-Pod from the Dark Knight pops out. This whole scene was inspired by the Dark Knight. Like the whole truck sequence when he's chasing the Joker. I'm like, I see what you did here, filmmaker. And so the fucking Bat-Pod pops up from the tumbler, and it starts going after them again, starts attacking him. At one point, it's like, James Marsden, I'll take care of it. I mean, does he say? No. Then I think Sonic attacks it again somehow. I don't know how he takes it down. He takes it down in some capacity. I'm not sure how he does it. But he takes that one down, but then a unicycle version pops up, and it's going after them again. It has like 4 different forms, chat. It's kind of like Frieza. It's the Frieza of Dr. Robotnik inventions of drones. And so the unicycle one's coming after them, Chad, shooting at him. Marsden, I don't know why. He decides, Sonic, you go ahead and drive it. I'll hit this thing. Maybe it fucks up Sonic at one point. Maybe it hurts him. I don't know. So, so this thing's coming after them. James Marsden, he grabs a wrench, and he's hanging off the side of the car. He's trying to bash it, and he does. He gets it. Sonic's a terrible driver, Chad, hitting all the other cars. Again, does not care. But the people, to Sonic, it's just a world of Carls. Just a world of Carls, and they don't matter. Much like original Carl. Crazy Carl. And so Marsden does defeat the unicycle drone, and they're like, woo, we did it! Despite the collateral damage. But they're driving up, and then a little fucking, another little drone pops up. It's the smallest, like a little helicopter drone. It's like about less, smaller than the palm of my hand. Of my graphite stabbed hand, chat. And this thing goes after them, and Sonic's like, oh, this is so cute. Can we keep this one? It fucking fires a laser beam, it's cutting the car apart, chat. Takes the whole top off. And then at one point, like, Sonic's like, I'm gonna get a little son of a bitch, and he fucking knocks out of the air. It's like, woo, defeated! But then, chat, he realizes it's a bomb, and it's ticking on his hand. James Marsden, he pulls the fucker. He's like, we gotta get that off your hand. Sonic, why don't you just take off your glove? And this is the part of the movie I'm like, okay, this is weird. Because as we see at the beginning of the film, chat, like, Sonic is wearing gloves, like, Baby Sonic is wearing gloves. It's like, okay, clearly you could just take those off, but they don't decide to do so in this scene. And it's because, this is the reason why. The original Sonic design, he had white hands, like white paws or finger. I don't know. He had white hands, and they didn't have the gloves. And so clearly, and there's no scene in this film when he's putting on gloves. And so they just CGI'd the new design over everything he was originally did in the old design. So there's never a moment where it introduces the white gloves. So this scene doesn't really make any sense because you just take off your glove and throw it because it sticks to material, chat. So you just take it off, boo, and you're done. But they don't just like, okay, this doesn't work now. It's logic breaking. I know, in logic breaking a Sonic film. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but it was a little weird to me. I'm curious what you guys think. And so they're fucking getting off each other's hands, but it keeps sticking to everyone else's hands. At one point, I think Sonic manages to get off with something, but he's still pretty close to it, and he starts flossing, and the fucking thing just blows up, hits him in the back, he gets concussed, chat. Jason Marsden, oh no, Sonic, my would-be son, I gotta help you. He gets Sonic back in the car, and he heads back to San Francisco. Oh, we also learned at one point, chat, back in the motel when Sonic was just farting, that James Marsden's been labeled domestic terrorist, and that's probably not good. And so even if he helps Sonic, he's probably going to go to jail or probably executed because he is accused of helping nefarious people. And what does the United States do to traitors, chat? Usually executes them. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be just conveniently forgotten throughout the entire film later on. So I'm curious what you guys thought about that scene. Casmarella, I'm a pumpkin. Good night, y'all. Oh, it's okay, Cabs. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good night, Cinderella. Good to see you. Griffin. Welcome. Theme man. Well, Game Sonic doesn't take off his glove. That's true. That's true. So they glued onto his body. They're part of him. Well, I thought it was kind of weird too. All right, there we go. Gloves stay on in the bedroom. And the Sonic starts busting. That's what happened. I'm serious. Dada. That's what happens, Dada. Ultimately tries to kill James Marsden. Why? He's helping Sonic out. Let's not kill him. Young Rambo, my Skyrim lore masters in the chat. Good to see you, man. I'm eventually gonna get back into Skyrim, either in March or April, probably. But I'm gonna be jumping back into Skyrim. Gotta do those DLCs. But after this review channel, I might even before this review, I gotta get another drink. I need it. And so, James Marsden, he gets to San Francisco, Chad. He takes, he goes inside the door. The fucking sister of his wife is freaking out. I was like, no, you're a domestic terrorist. I'm going to call the police, FBI, CIA, whoever I need to kill you. I'm going to do it. Wife comes to the door. He's like, no, come inside. What's going on? He's like, oh, well, it's been a long story. Fucking, they have their dog there. He starts barking, Chat. Sonic, he's covering a blanket because he doesn't want them to freak out yet. The dog grabs a hold of the blanket. The little kid who Dr. Robotnik really does want to kill, even though he doesn't know she exists yet. She's around there too. She's hopping around and stuff. And then the dog rips off the blanket. Everyone starts freaking out. We get like a really bad pratfall from the sister. She's a large woman. She's like, oh, someone catch me. And then she fucking falls back, gets concussed, Chat. Knocks herself out. But then the wife, very calm. James Marsden explains the situation. This is Sonic. I've been helping him out. The government's tracking him. He's sentient. We don't want him to be experimented on, dissected. And so the wife, she's a veterinarian, as we know. She's like, okay, well, let me help. I don't know what she does something. She removes his shoes. They're all fucked up, Chat. He's got like these little shitty white, tar-covered shoes at this point. He's going so fast, the tar from the road is just coming up on him. And he's got like exposed feet, and they're all damaged and bruised and, scuffed up. It's like, oh, his poor little feet. And so she takes him out. The daughter sees this, like, I have an idea. And she goes to her bedroom. What's she doing, Chat? We'll find out. Sonic, he's the veterinarian. She does the best she can do. She doesn't know what his physiology is. She's confused. But then, James Marsden and her, they leave the room. James Marsden's, again, very calm. She's like, okay, good woman. Good wife, Chat. She's like, she's calm, but she's still freaked out. But she's, like, I love you, James Marsden. Tell me what's going on. He explains the situation to her. Government agents are after them. Sonic, I think, wakes up. Oh, no. She has, like, some smelling salts, Chat. So they go back in the room. They give him some smelling salts. Woo! And he starts freaking out, Chat. He's getting high. He's had kind of drugs for the first time. But he calms down. Thankfully, he does calm down. Then they go out of the room. They continue talking. Meanwhile, the niece that Dr. Robotnik wants to kill, she comes back down, and she has the iconic sneakers, Chat. The iconic red sneakers. She's like, here, I gave you your little feet need sneakers. He's like, oh, thank you. I've never gotten a gift before. He's very appreciative of the little girl. Puts him on. He does like a little spin, does the floss dance again, Chat. He's all excited. Girls like, yay, Sonic. And then, James Marsden's wife, they come in. He's like, okay, what's the plan? We're going to help you out. We're going to get you home. Or not home. We're going to get you to the Mushroom Kingdom. He's like, oh, I hate that place. But we got to do. We got to save Sonic. Oh, here we go. Dan Bacon, I went to go see Sonic with my kid. She's 4 and she loved it. I thought it was okay. Way better than expected. At the end of the day, it is a kid's movie, so it was great that there were enough that there was enough there to keep me entertained. I agree with you, man. We're on the same page. Like again, on the double toasted scale, I would give this a high rental. I'm right there with you. It could have been better. There's no question it could have been better. They took a lot of shortcuts in this film, did a few more convenient things, generic things that was unnecessary. Had it been in the hands of a better writer or filmmaker, I think it could have been a lot better. Straight shoe. I started up Skyrim again. Because of you, Chris, I now say unlimited power. When I use lightning. Nice, man. That's very, very cool. Yeah, I love streaming Skyrim. I'm definitely going to get back into there again. No, I'm glad you enjoyed it, though. Okay, so they realized what building they got to go to get Sonic's rings. For some reason, they allow Sonic to drive the car. I don't know why. They just choose to. Oh, Show, thank you so much for the 100 biddies. I appreciate that, my man. It's not popping up in the chat. That's weird. Why is my chat paused? Hold on, chat. Just want to make sure it's not paused. But thank you so much, Show, for the 100 biddy donation. That was very kind of you. All right, where are we? Okay, they let Sonic drive the car for some reason. Again, it's just a world of Carl's, chat. They don't care. Their laissez-faire on human life has been, they adopted that from Sonic for some reason. So they don't care anymore. World for Carl's. So they stop at the building they got to go to. They got to smuggle in because it's security everywhere. And plus, he's a fucking domestic terrorist. I don't know how he's just walking around San Francisco. They should have a beat on this guy. He's in the Northwest. They know he's at least heading to California. He's within California. Come on, let's go get him. So it's all fucked up. They again, more jokes, chat. They have him in a bag, and it's like, oh, this smells like pickled farts in here. It's like, no, it's okay. And then he has a back and forth with James Marsden's wife. Well, there's other two random people there, and he's talking. He's like, is that? And one woman asks, "Is that a child in there?" It's like, "Is that your child in there?" He's like, "Oh no, it's not our child. I mean, it's child, but it's not our child." And then it's like, it's very funny. Eventually that ends, thankfully, and they go up to the top of the building, chat, and they find the rings. And they're having, Sonic's excited about it. They're having a heartfelt goodbye. He's thanking them for saving his life, and James Marsden's like, "Don't worry about it. Me and my wife and my sister-in-law and her daughter are probably going to be executed by the U.S. government, murdered by Dr. Robotnik, but we're happy for you, Sonic." So I was like, thanks. But then all of a sudden, before he's about to use the ring, chat, fucking Dr. Robotnik comes up. He's got his army of drones, chat, powered by the Sonic Quill, his own prototype weapon, his little hovercraft jet fighter, doing the whole monologue and talk all this shit. It's like, "I'm going to kill you and everyone else. I'm going to experiment on you. Fuck you, Sonic." And then, so I was like, okay, I got to, you saved my life. I got to save James Marsden, his wife's life. And so he's like, again, he had to get himself in the right mindset, chat. The world is just full of Carls. They're all Carls. And he just pushed James Marsden and his wife off the building. He's like, "I love them, but I have to picture them as something I don't care about." So he pushed him off the building, chat, to get him out of the way. And he starts doing that secondary Quicksilver scene, chat, starts blowing up all of Eggman's drones. Jim Carrey, meanwhile, they come back to Jim Carrey's like, what is this? What's going on? Because they keep cutting to Jim Carrey and his finger is about to press a button. Like, what's this button going to do? We cut back and forth. Sonic's taking out the drones, floss dancing, everything. And then at one point he's like, "Oh, I'm going to go get James Marsden and his wife. They're no longer Carls to me." So he's running down, chat. All the drones are exploding. But then fucking Dr. Robotnik, I'm sorry, chat. This is when Sonic starts to call Dr. Robotnik Dr. Eggman. Because I realized, all of his robots, his drones are shaped like eggs. It's like, oh, that makes sense. I get it now. All right. Good on you, movie. You got me there. And so that's, he just calls him Dr. Eggman at this point, just Eggman. And Jim Carrey doesn't seem to be bothered by it, though. So he's like, "Yeah, call me whatever you want. I'm still going to kill you." But then he's running down the building, chat. Very, Flash, Quicksilver-esque. But then Jim Carrey pushes the button, and all of a sudden, he has the Sonic Force. And so he comes up right behind Sonic. So I was like, what the fuck? And then starts shooting Sonic. He starts panicking, gets concussed again. He's getting concussed at least 3 times in this movie. That's not good for him. He eventually comes to, but fucking he sees James Marsden's wife, they're falling. He uses the one little rings. All the rings are scattered too now at this point. At least a lot of them. He still has a good amount in his bag, but like all of them have been scattered. And it's kind of funny because when the fucking thing hits him, the rings pop out. It's like, I see what you did there. That's a nice little reference. Nice little visual cue. So he throws a ring. James Marsden's wife, they fall through it, and they're back in Green Hills, chap. They end up in a barn, local dairy farm. He's like, "Oh, thank God you're here, James Marsden. Bessie, the cow's about to give birth." It's like, "Oh, I'll be right there again," okay. Then we cut to the big action sequence of the third act, chat. It's the Sonic and Robotnik going through San Francisco. We come to the point where we're in the beginning of the movie. He's like, "I bet you wonder how we got here." Now we know. We saw the last hour and 20 minutes of that film, chat. We now realize why we're here. And so they're running. And again, Robotnik's just killing indiscriminately. He's much pictured his own world of Carls. Taking out all the Carls, chat. Sonic, he's trying to move her out of the way. He uses some of the rings to go to different places on Earth. Goes to, oh God, I think he goes to Egypt at one point. There might be some other places too. I don't remember. Egypt, the ones that sticks out in my mind. Oh, I'm sorry. The Great Wall of China. They go to China. And then I think they go to Egypt. Maybe France. They go to France too. So I think they go to France, China, and then Egypt. I think it's 3 locations. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 3 locations. And so then, in Egypt, this is when we get some cool stuff. Fucking Robotnik's just destroying the pyramids, all the great wonders of the world. Sonic creates like a sand tornado and everything to distract Robotnik. Sonic then opens another portal, but Robotnik's like, "I see you, little son of a bitch." He goes right towards Sonic, chat, and then he fucking fires a missile. He still fires a missile off, and they're blown into the back. We're back at Green Hills, Montana. Sonic, he's blown through it, I think. And the whole time people are like, "Whoa, my God, it's the Blue Devil! Look at that little shit!" And fucking Robotnik, he comes out, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill this little son of a bitch." And then James, and it's also nighttime, I guess, within that fight. I don't know how time works in this movie because, I mean, unless Sonic's been running around for the past 6 hours being chased by Robotnik, but it was very much daytime in Green Hills. So maybe between when he first started in San Francisco all the way, to Egypt, 6 hours has taken place. It's now, very late in Green Hills. So they're in their chat. James Marsden, he comes running out, and he starts rallying the people, chat. and he cares about Sonic like this little guy. He's a part of our town. He's done all. I don't know how he gets him on his side, but it's like, no, you're a terrible person. This is our town. This is our time now. Does the speech from the Goonies, chat, and that inspires anybody, I think. And the town people are like, yeah, we're gonna defend that little guy, fucking Crazy Carl, who Sonic didn't give a shit about. I was like, he may treat me like shit, but I love him. Gets a chainsaw, chat, about to dismember Dr. Robotnik. We also get the cop. There's the dumb cop in this movie I forgot to mention, chat, but he fucking fires a bullet at Dr. Robotnik's head, kind of, woo, that was close. He's like, you get out of here. We don't take kindly to your kind here, doctor. And so he's like, I don't give a fuck about any of you people. I'm going to get this. Why are you defending this weird little monster? He's like, because he's family, chat. They also make a Fast and Furious reference in the film. Sonic, he comes to. He's inspired by the community, all these people that he never really, he knows and is intimate with, but they never knew him. But the first time he's actually getting a sense of family for the first time, that inspires him, chat. He uses his Omega Sonic Speed Force to propel himself towards Eggman, says, and he also, I think Sonic says, and you're a cruel human, you wouldn't understand. James Marsden says, you're a cruel man, you wouldn't understand that we love this person because you have not experienced love, Dr. Robotnik. He's like, all right, fuck you, I don't give a damn. Then Sonic, he comes to because he's inspired by the people and James Marsden's lovely wife. And he propels himself. I guess he uses the homing attack here. And he, fucking just... I mean, this probably should have killed Jim Carrey at this point. But he propels himself forward, fucking breaks the ship apart into, little, molecules, chat. And then... Oh, yeah, that's true. Sonic, someone opens up a ring behind Dr. Robotnik to the Mushroom Kingdom. And then, through the force of Sonic, he's pushed into the Mushroom Kingdom, chat. And then the portal closes, and Jim Carrey is gone, presumed dead. We don't need to worry about him whatsoever, chat. He's gone. And then the town celebrates, yay, Sonic. And then we're following, James Marsden's wife decide, you know what? James Marsden says, I actually saved a life, because all my life I wanted to save someone, and I saved him. And Sonic, you're part of the family now. You're like a son to us. I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. It's very sweet. And they go back home, chat. The town's rebuilding after Dr. Robotnik's attack. Then, James Marsden's wife are like, oh, tonight's movie night. Sonic's like, well, yay, movie night. I'm so excited. He's like, hey, Sonic, no, it's your bedtime. It's like, wait, what? You got to go back to your cave? He's like, oh, okay, I'll go back to my cave. He's like, where you going, man? It was a little joke. You're playing a little joke on Sonic. He's like, gotta go up here. And they go up to the attic, chat, and it's like, it's Sonic's bedroom. They made a little room for him. Because he's basically their child now. And they have, all of his stuff from his cave. He has comic book collection, his race car bed, everything that he had previously. His nunchucks, chat. And he's like, oh, this is my room. And they adopt him as their own. It's like, wow. It's kind of weird. But we'll go with the chat. And fucking the dog's up there, too. And James Marsden embraces his wife and Sonic. And they're just hugging, chat. And we just cut out. And then we get the nice sunset. But then, chat, the movie cuts from that. We turn to another sunset. And we see the planet of the mushrooms, the mushroom dimension. And we see this bald guy just shaving his fucking head like a crazy Vietnam guy that went AWOL, chat. And it's revealed to be Jim Carrey. And he's going full Eggman. He's mid-Eggman transformation. We don't know how long he's been on here, but he's been on there for a long time. The mustache has grown out, chat, resembling the character from the games. And he's completely fucking lost it. Because he's even pretending to talk to, he does a Tom Hanks from Castaway. Where he's talking to, this guy who's, his big assistant in the film. I forget what his name, Huntsman? Someone? I don't remember. It's Mr. Stone. His name was Stone. And so he's literally talking to a stone with a face on, like a googly face. And he's like, I'm gonna get out of here. And we see that he still has the Sonic quill, chat. It's still imbued with energy. And he has scraps from his contraption. He's like, oh, Eggman will return. And then the last scene in the movie, chat. It's not end credits, it's a mid-credits stinger. And another portal opens up above this hill. Above Green Hills, I guess. Funny enough. And out pops fucking Tails, chat. He's got a little scientific contraption. He's like, oh, I think I got a location on him. I'm gonna go find him. We gotta find Sonic. And he fucking goes off, uses his own little, his tails, he's flying, has his own little tail speed force thing. And then we get credits, chat, the Sonic movie. And then we get all that spiel. It's like, hey, there you go. Based on the success of this film, the monetary success of this movie, they're clearly gonna make a sequel. I would imagine there's going to be a lot more Sonic supporting characters from the games themselves. Tails, obviously. Robotnik's going to return. I'm betting that Knuckles is going to be the villain along with Eggman. Since, as you guys said, Eggman and Knuckles team up in 3. And I wouldn't be surprised that I'm gonna bet right now, chat. When Sonic 2 comes out, because it will, and I will review it on stream, I will see that movie for you. The end credits thing on that movie is gonna be Shadow the Hedgehog. That's what it's gonna be. It's like I'm gonna create my own Sonic, and it'll be Shadow. That's what I believe. They're gonna do Knuckles. They already set him up because of the echidnas who tear apart his adoptive mother. They eat his mother, so there's gonna be some retribution. And then Sonic and Knuckles are going to have to come to some type of, understanding of each other. And eventually they'll form a friendship. They got to take down the bigger threat, which will be Shadow in the third one. It's all set up. JT, Chris, I have a new favorite bourbon. Iron Root Bourbon. I think you can tell about that. Iron Root Bourbon. It's flavorful and sweet, like Makers. Robust, like Bologna's. Bologna's. And spicy, like Four Roses. They already did the echidnas, you said, right? Yeah, they did the echidnas in the beginning of the film when they killed his mother. That's what I'm believing, Shad. Do you think Shadow's going to be in the sequel? I think so. Or no, the third one. Like, I think that's going to be the end credit scene. Or Metal Sonic. Could be Metal Sonic. We'll see. Or maybe it could be in the sequel. Maybe it's another thing that Dr. Robotnik creates. Oh, hey, Bob! Welcome! Really wanted to see the film with the original look they have for Sonic. Really? I don't know, man. Like, other than for one scene, it's like, okay, clearly this doesn't make much sense. I think they did right by the... I think it was smart that they had the original design. Excuse me, chat. The new design, because the original design it's just off-putting. It's an abomination. The fucking human teeth, just the dimensions of the creature. I think they made the right choice to delay the film, correct the CGI. Fans are very happy with it, So I think it was it was a good move on their part. It's going to be revealed that Knuckles and Sonic are somehow brothers. That's how it typically goes in the Sonic universe, man. Low-key would be hyped for Shadow to appear in one of the future movies. I think they will. I mean, if they want... I mean, Sega's been adamant about... They want to be... they'll never be at the level they were in the 90s. Producing consoles and things. That time is come and gone. However, they certainly want to introduce their properties to an audience that may not necessarily know about them, or basically see if they can have some success in a different medium. Like, maybe they might not be having that right now for their games. So it's a smart move, and I would not be surprised if they start introducing more characters. I think Shadow will be one of them. I think we'll get Knuckles, though, as the primary villain, along with Eggman, the sequel, and then Shadow for the third. We'll find out.